Ready? Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of KaneSaid. And I'm your host, Kane Bradfield. Y'all know my slogan. The fame is free, but the grind calls, baby. Yo, listen, I got a special guest in the house, a real life dog. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Man, I can't complain. Man, let people know who you are.
I'm Katy Beth Bedingfield. I graduated from LaGrange High School last year, and I'm a freshman volleyball player at Reinhardt University.
Let's go. Okay, KB. First of all, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
You know what I'm saying? We've been trying to get this done for how long?
Wow.
A while, man, a while, man. But we finally got it done. You home on a break, so I had to harass you and get you, you know what I'm saying, over here to talk a little life, talk a little sport.
Yeah.
Right? So, okay. So let's go ahead and talk, man. Take me through a journey real quick. Man, talk about, you know what's in your childhood, you growing up as an athlete. Give me that.
Okay, so I started playing volleyball at Long Kane Middle School.
Okay.
My
Okay.
7th grade year. I tried out in 6th grade and didn't make the team.
No, I'm gonna freeze you down now, because you know I got to tap into that now. So your 6th grade year when you didn't make it, did it bother you, or you didn't pay no attention?
I was like, even though I didn't make it, like I still want to be a part of this team. So I asked if I could be the manager.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
So I got to be the manager, and I just got to go to the practices and like
Yeah,
help.
yeah. Did you get a chance to get a little?
Yeah,
Yeah?
I got to learn a lot, which I'm still thankful for.
Right,
And like
right,
I didn't
right.
like give up and like, oh, I didn't make the team.
Yeah, I'm gonna
That's
do
it.
something else. Yeah. So you've been a manager. You had to do like the towels and the.
Yeah, like wash the jersey.
Yeah. So you paid your dues though.
Yeah.
You paid your dues. Okay. So you came back. Now, again, you know what I'm saying, you're in the 6th grade, but what did you learn that 6th grade year of just being around the team, being a manager, not being a player at the time?
Definitely how to like learn from the background.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to be the key player to be learning. Like
Mm.
you don't even have to be playing to be learning. You can observe other people, like learn from their actions, learn from their attitudes, like
Yeah,
take
yeah.
notes of what they're doing.
Right. That's what's up. Okay, so your 7th grade year, tryouts come up again. Yo, do you do any training before then, or you just like went in,
I just
just went in that thing? Yeah. So your 7th grade, you give me that though.
7th grade, went in, had a bunch of friends,
Yeah.
made the team.
Yeah.
But like in middle school, there's like an A team and B team.
Okay.
So I made the B team.
Okay.
So I was
Okay.
still really
Hey,
thankful.
but you climbing that ladder though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Work
saying?
your way up.
Yeah, work your way up. So okay, so then, all right, so now, okay, so once you now let me freeze you there, right? So talk about your family during that time. Talk about them just supporting you at that time. You know what I'm saying? Being a middle school volleyball player.
My family's always been really supportive.
Yeah.
I've played a lot of sports.
Yeah.
So they probably just thought it was like one of my
What?
phases.
Right.
Because like I would start a sport and then like quit like a year or two later. So
Okay.
they would just be like really positive, really encouraging for me to try anything.
Yeah.
And so
So they was cool with it.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me some more. So now, so I'm sure you played your 8th grade year too, right? All that kind of stuff, right? So when you start playing travel ball though,
8th grade.
8th grade year.
Yeah.
Okay. So what brought that on though?
I was friends with Berkeley Knowles and her dad, Chad Knowles.
Yeah.
And he was a coach of a Volleyball team.
Okay.
And so he wanted to start a LaGrange team because there wasn't a LaGrange team. So he got a bunch of us together and was like, hey, let's get a team going.
Yeah.
We were like, yeah, let's do it. And so we practiced at the rec and we,
Stayed together since then, right?
yeah.
So okay, now, so I'm gonna fast forward you some, right?
Okay.
So when you start stepping to the life of clockwork, to the land of clockwork, man, do you remember the first day you came in here?
We have a video of it.
Yes. Yes. So I ain't gonna lie, man. I use you as an example to being consistent, being persistent, man, because you came in this thing. You already know, dog. You couldn't jump that box, dog.
I couldn't get like one box.
You could not get that one joint. Like you were struggling for 20. It was 20. It was
Yeah.
struggling for 20. I remember. And but I'm gonna tell you something though. But so when you first came in here, you know what I'm saying, you trained with another trainer at that time. Shout out to my boy Ruff. You know what I mean? You were training him at the time, dog. But I would watch you train. I'm like, yo, it's something about her, man. I can tell for one, you want to learn. For two, I can tell you were down for anything. If I say, yo, do this, do that, I think you would do it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But listen, though. But what made you stay with it, though? Because you came back for some more.
Honestly, like, I had followed you on stuff, and, like, I knew
Oh,
of
you creeper. you been a creeper?
So, like, I knew of you, like,
Yeah, yeah.
before I even started here.
Okay.
And I had, like, watched, like, other athletes go through here.
Yeah.
And, like, they'd go to college. I knew, like, from 8th grade, like, I knew I wanted to play in college.
Yeah.
And I was like, if I want to be good, like, I got to take it serious and, like, lock in. Like, you can't play no more.
Right. I love it, though. So, okay, so now was any kind of fear coming in? Because, like, because typically, man, when people come into a foreign place for the first time, there's a small little fear. Especially me, because people say I'm loud, people say I scream. Was it a fear at first?
Oh, 100%.
Really?
Especially when, like, I was in the group stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I would get so scared because I was in there with, like, basketball players and football players, and I was like, I had no idea what I was doing.
Right. But you did good with it, though. So, okay, so talk about this progress you did, right? And so then you transitioned into one-on-one with me. You know what I'm saying? That's when I really had time to dissect you, to figure out, what you need. And I also learned you as a person, to figure out, what makes you go, all that type of good stuff. But one thing I learned about you, and listen, we're going to get back to the box jumping. We'll get back to that. But one thing I learned about you is you down with trying anything. Like, for example, when you came to me and said, hey, coach, I want to play basketball. You been with that, dog? You said, Carl, I said, what's up, what? But, so where did that come from, though?
Well, it was right after my senior volleyball season, and I knew, like, I had to get ready for college workouts.
Yeah.
And Coach Tuck, the basketball girls coach, he had come to a volleyball game, and he's like, you can jump. And I was like, yeah.
Shout out to who? Come on,
Shout out
man.
Kane.
Yeah,
He's like, you can jump. And he's like, are you fast? I was like, no. Like, not at all.
Right.
And he's like, come practice with us. Like, they were doing, like, preseason practices. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
When I tell you those practices kicked my butt. And so I was like, okay, well, like, this is what I need to get in shape, like, be prepared for college.
Yeah.
And so I did that. And then I also decided to run track.
You did.
Which I'm so thankful for because you have to run a lot in college. And so that helped me a lot.
And look, I'm going to tell you one thing that I think was good for you. The fact that you did those other things is that you showed people that even though that you are committed to volleyball, man, you still gave yourself a chance to enjoy other sports.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm big on that, too, that if you got opportunity to play more sport, play it, because you don't get that time again. Like, you know what I'm saying? Once you out of high school, you're out of high school. And typically in college, you don't play but one sport anyway. So now I'm back up some. So the injury.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Do you remember that injury? You know what I mean? Do you remember when it happened? Do you remember your mindset? Because I remember, we changed a whole lot of stuff in for our training.
Yes. So it was actually the Troop and LaGrange game.
Yep.
And I was just going after a ball, and, like, my legs moved, but, like, my feet didn't. And so something turned the wrong way. And I remember, like, you could, like, hear it inside of you, and it just, like, snapped. And I knew, like, I was laying on, like I got back up, and I started walking. I was like, I can't walk.
Right.
And so I laid back down, and I started crying, and I was like, what if, like, this is it for me?
This is it, yeah.
Like, what if, like, everything I've worked for the past, like, 6 years is, like, over? And it was so scary. But then we got, like, x-rays and stuff, and they're like, we're going to figure out if you have to have surgery or not. Like, we're going to walk through it. And then once, like, we figured out what was going on, I started the recovery stuff with you, which helped a lot. Shout out.
But I'm going to tell you something, though. Because, again, we changed our whole program. We went from, like, the injury recovery stuff. We really dealt with your flexibility. We dealt with your just single leg stuff. You remember all that? Like, we changed up. But at the same time, we still, but here's the great thing about it. You know what I'm saying? We changed your program, but we still stayed on track with your vertical stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? We did do that, so I thought that was good. So, let me go for a minute. So, the jumping. So, I remember, dog, you know what I'm saying? You went, what, a year? Was it a year?
Something like that.
I'm trying to think. It was between 8 months to a year of you progressing through that vertical program. And that day we put 40 inches on that box. You remember that, dog?
I do.
Like, I feel like I gave you a hug. Did I give you a hug?
Yeah.
I was like, because I was turned up, dog.
We
I
were
was
both like screaming.
yeah. I felt like we was in the gym by ourselves. Worried?
No,
It
because
was
we
more
had
people,
like
right?
another coach and
Yeah.
like their person.
But at
in
that
there.
moment, dog, I was like, oh my God. Like, this is like, you know what I'm saying, as a trainer, you know, we love to see that. You feel me? Like, and I know as someone who's grinding, you like to see your results. So, you know, when you did that, boy, I was like, oh my God, man. So I often talk about that. But, you know, I think the key thing about that is that you stayed the course. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, when they get injured, they stop everything. But you stayed the course. You continue coming. You continue working on the small things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I thought that was good. Now, I'm going to say this too, dog. You know what I'm saying? You had me fall in love with volleyball. You remember, I would come to some of your games, dog.
Yeah.
Like, I never did that before. You know, it's my niece plays, but like she stays a little further. I couldn't really travel, but you had me at them games, dog.
Whenever I first started the one-on-ones, you're like, all right, like walk me through your footwork to
Yeah.
do like an approach.
Yeah.
And so like I would show you it and you'd be like, okay, so like this is what we need to work on to get better at this.
Yeah.
So you would like learn about volleyball
At
to
the
help
same,
me.
that's it. But see, that's the beauty of training and having one-on-one. I tell people, people ask about what's the difference, that part. You know what I'm saying? You really schooling me on, because like I tell everybody, I'm not a trainer who knows everything, but I will learn it.
Yeah.
You feel me? So when you like, coach, here's an approach. You show me your steps, I put it together, now we're gonna train like that. So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was cool that we had that relationship that you're able to talk to me.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So okay, so now, and I remember, man, when you know, like I said, you know, you finish your high school volleyball career and you begin to think about college. Man, give me that process.
Like the recruiting process?
Yeah.
So I've known from like 8th grade, like I wanted to play in college.
Yeah.
And so my sophomore year, I started the recruiting process. Just like I made like a little highlight video on YouTube.
Right.
And like I would just post it on like sites, like send it out to a bunch of coaches, but I wasn't really taking it for real.
Right.
And then my junior year, I played for a travel team up in Atlanta, and they like took it really serious. Like I went to a bunch of showcases, like I would go on visits all the time. Like it was really intense. And then my senior year was when like I had to like narrow down my choices. Like I had to decide.
Right.
So.
Right.
But recruiting was a really long process. Like for every like 100 coaches you'll email, you probably only get like maybe 5 responses.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of patience and dedication.
Yeah, so talk about your mom during this situation, man. You know what I'm saying? She's a, you know what I'm saying? I always felt like that she always kept me in tune of what was going on, what you had going on. But talk about her, you know, so of course your dad, all that kind of stuff too, but I just know for sure your mom, you know, she really kept me in the know, I guess what I'm trying to, you know what I mean? But talk about her involvement with the recruiting process.
So it would not have been possible without her.
Say word,
Like,
okay.
Because I was doing it when I was like 15. So she would drive me to Atlanta every single night. And I would be there practicing from like 6 to 10.
Wow.
And then we wouldn't get home until like 11:30. Like her dedication to me, I will forever be thankful.
Yeah.
And then she would also like drive me to all my visits. Like she would take time off work to go take me. Like, and we would always argue, but
yeah.
it
But
comes with
as their
it.
moms though.
Yes.
She took care of you though.
She, like every single weekend, like we joked about how we were always at volleyball tournaments. And we like, my dad too, like he would always in between games, like find him as like this little spot and take naps. So we have so many pictures of him asleep at tournaments.
Right.
But like both of them were like so dedicated to like my process, which definitely helped me like get to where I am today.
Yeah, I dig that. Yo, so what do you think in this area volleyball is headed?
Like for me?
Nah, just in general. Like I just feel like lately, in the last maybe couple years, it's starting to grow in this area.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Do you feel that same way?
I'm really excited because LaGrange High School, I don't know if I can say it.
Yeah.
LaGrange High School is actually thinking about getting a men's team.
Say word,
Yes.
for real?
And so I know like Harris County, I think, like a couple of the schools around are like planning on like starting one, which is so exciting.
It's pretty cool.
And I just think volleyball is growing. Like LaGrange itself is getting a couple travel ball teams. Like the sport.
Wow. I like that. So yo, so now, man, I know during the year, you know what I'm saying, you went on a mission trip. You know what I mean? Tell me about that, man. Tell me about experience. You know, I remember you sending me pictures. What I thought was super dope. Like, it was amazing that you went. You know what I mean? How did it come about?
So I've been going down to Honduras since I was 13. And so my dad's on the board for, it's called Living Hope.
Okay.
And so we'll go down there once a year. And there's an orphanage we've built, and there's actually 12 girls, I think, right now that live in it.
Okay.
And then there's a church and like basically like a whole little camp. And my family itself has just become so involved in it. Like, it's completely like life-changing when you go down there.
Really?
Like, it just makes you so like thankful and grateful for everything you have. And like, you want to go down there more.
Right.
Like, seeing like, you get to like play with all the kids and just show them like love and like what God can do in their life. And it's just so eye-opening.
I bet. So you know what I mean, stuff you was sending me, man, you was sending me like, it's like they was like loving on you. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, man, give me that feel, because I know as a person, man, to know that you impacting someone and someone loving on you, you know what I'm saying? Give me that feel on how they felt, and the fact the kids was like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so, you know, like when you're like the only person in like a room, like nobody's really like you. Like that's how it felt, like especially like going down there, they like, everyone stares at you, obviously.
Right.
And so they'll be like scared of you at first, and you just got to go up to them and like start playing games. Like Uno's a really good one because like
I love Uno.
Yes.
I gotta pull up then. I gotta
like,
go to,
the numbers and colors are easily translated and stuff like that. And so they'll love that. I'll just like play with them. And then like some days like we would just like walk down to the river, and they would love that. You just play in the river with them, and they would just be all over you, like jumping, like splashing. And it's just a whole new type of love. Like
Right.
It's just so.
Right. Yo, did you win in Uno or did you lose?
Oh yeah.
Now stop. You won't tell me the truth. They put it on you?
I'm really good at Uno.
For real? I'm going to hold you to that. Hold up. Dang, you leave today. If you want to leave, now I will pull out them Uno cards, dog. We will go around. So, so talk about the food over there, though, because you send me pictures of food and all that type of stuff. So, you know, how's it prepared different?
So we, like at the camp we stay at, there's one lady, and she makes the food for all of us, but it's definitely like really cultured. And so lots of rice and beans. Lots of rice and beans. But then also like they'll have regular food. Like we had like spaghetti one night.
Really?
Yeah. And so like lots of tacos, obviously. But the fruit.
The fruit was.
It's the best fruit you'll
really?
ever
Like what?
taste.
Like what now?
Like mangoes, like
Come
strawberries,
on,
like
real?
everything. Watermelon,
Mangoes.
like
The
the
best.
fruit. So good.
So that fruit was the best. So if you can bring a bag of fruit back, you would have brought that thing back.
Absolutely.
Man. So okay, now will you be going back again, or you know, I mean, I know you're in college now, stuff getting a little.
Yes,
little different.
actually, my dad's taking a trip in February down there, and I'm like begging him right now to let me go.
Yeah, I gotta go with you.
Like I'll miss a couple of classes. It's okay.
Yeah. I love it, man. So so let's fast forward a little more back to college, right? You know, so your first year of college, you know, first year away, first year, you know, and like I said, you were sending me videos of you still grinding, which I was glad to see you still working out. But you know what I mean? Talk about your first year as a freshman playing ball and working out and juggling school.
Yeah, so we moved in 2 weeks before everyone else. And so that was called preseason.
Right.
And preseason, like I genuinely thought, I was like, there's no way like I can do this. Like I didn't throw up, thank goodness. But we had like a lot of girls who would just like, it was normal.
Really?
Like just throwing up like in the gym. And I was like, wow.
Where am I? Yeah.
And so we would like get up in the morning, and we would have to be there at like 4, and we'd practice until 6. And then you would have conditioning from like 8 to 10. And then you would like have like a 30-minute break for lunch. And then you had practice or like weights or conditioning again.
Wow.
And then you had like therapy, and it was like an all-day thing. Like every single day. And so you like have this much time for sleep, and then
right, then friends.
Yeah.
So now for me when I went, I don't know if it's the same for you. You know, when I went, it took me 2 weeks to get acclimated to being in college, sport, away from my family. Because I ain't gonna lie, I almost wanted to come back. Because like I ain't really did before. So did you come to a time where, if you did, how long did it take for you settled in mentally and be like, I'm all right?
Probably about a month. Like, probably by the end of August. I'd say, like, right near, like, the end of August was really hard because, like, we had, like, started games and we were traveling.
Yeah,
And,
yeah,
like,
that helped.
it was just really overwhelming sometimes because, like, classes were going on and all this stuff. And I just had to, like, kind of take a second. Like, I would call my mom. Like, I think I even called you a couple
Yeah,
times.
yeah.
And I just, like, have to, like, remind myself why I'm doing it, like, why I'm here. Like, I'm supposed to be here. Like, I deserve to be here.
Right.
And you just have to, like, really process that through.
Mm-hmm. Yo, so now were the upperclassmen and the other people welcoming?
Oh,
Like, you know what I mean?
absolutely.
Yeah.
So we have, like, captains. We have 4 captains. And then, like, we have our, like, weight groups and stuff. And you
Yeah.
kind of get, like, closer with them. And so there's one captain, and she's the same position as me. And so me and her would talk, and, like, I'd be like, if you were in my position, like, 4 years ago, like, I see myself in you a lot. Like, would you stay here too? And she was like, absolutely. Like, you grow and you develop so much, especially at that level. Like, you get a lot of one-on-ones.
Good. Yo, so man, look, man, you remember we used to do TikToks?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we used to kill TikTok.
We
So you
would.
know, let me tell you, man. So many people used to call, be like, hey man, y'all need to make more TikToks together. Yo, it's so crazy, man, because we used to have fun with them things. So, but the one guy called, he said, hey, Kane, you know, how do you learn the dances for the TikTok? I like, man, listen, she did that. I don't know that about that. She taught me those dances, man. So do you still do TikToks?
Not really.
Oh my gosh, what happened?
I
Life
like
change.
watching them.
You scroll up, scroll
Yeah,
down.
but then you also got to be, like, really careful too, because, like, especially, like, at this level, like, coaches and
You don't do
stuff.
nothing crazy, yeah.
Yeah, like, I don't want to accidentally, like, post something, like, wrong or something.
Right, and get you in trouble.
Yeah, like, it's
I
just
feel
not
you.
worth the risk.
I feel you on that one. So now, your first season went by, right? You know what I
Yes.
mean? So talk about that some more. You know, I'm talking about your involvement with the first season. How did you do? I know how you did, but you know, I'm letting people know how did you do, and you know what I'm saying, stuff like that.
Personally, I think I did really good for, like, a freshman just coming in.
Yeah.
Obviously, I wasn't, like, a starter or anything, but I got to play, like, a good amount, which,
Right.
like, I wasn't even expecting.
Right.
Like, I was expecting to, like, sit the bench all year. I was ready for it. But
Girl,
then,
you
like, we
crazy.
got in, and, like, I was, like, first game, absolutely terrifying. I was, like, out on the court, and I was, like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Like, you just forget everything you know.
Right.
But then, like, you get
Palms
used
start
to
sweating.
it. Yes, and you're like,
yeah.
but you just get used to it. It's definitely, like, different because, like, in high school, I would play, like, all the way around, like, back row, like, defense level 2. But, like, in college, like, you don't do that. I'm an outside hitter, so I go in, play outside. You're done. Like,
You're done.
I don't even serve
Really?
because then you'd have to play back row. And there's just other people that, like, their specialty is back row.
Right.
So, but I love it, like, just being there in the atmosphere, everything.
It's fun, right?
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? So when you go back, right, what happens as far as like transitioning, you know what I mean? Because right now y'all in off season. You know, what happens for off season training and things like that?
So the second week in February, we have what's called Hell Week.
Uh-oh.
And so they've already been, like, preparing us
Yeah,
for it. They're
like-
like, if you haven't worked out all break, you're not going to be in good
Oh
shape.
my gosh, yeah.
So
yeah. Is it gonna be worse than Jazzy?
I don't know if it's worse than Jazzy.
Jazzy crazy, ain't she?
Jazzy's crazy.
Yeah.
But
So
we'll see.
Yeah. So you said the first week of February?
The second week in February.
So like Valentine's?
Yeah.
What kind of Valentine gift is that, dog?
At least you'll be in, like, good shape
Yeah,
for Valentine's Day.
right. So okay, so now with your teammates, you know what I'm saying? Now, did y'all do good in just I guess supporting each other all around? You know what I mean?
Yes. So, especially, like, the freshmen.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, you're close with, like, your grades, right? And so, like, the freshmen really, like, all came together. Like, we just kind of, like, support each other because all of us, like...
Right. We're going to do it. We're going to do it together. Yeah.
I was like, we have no idea what we're doing. Let's just go into it together cluelessly.
Right.
And so we all got super close. And we also, like, have a lot of internationals.
Really?
Yes. And so they were like just as confused as us, if not more.
Right.
And so helping them and like getting to know them has been like one of the best things this season.
So that's good stuff then.
Yeah.
Wow. So okay, man, I want to talk about just leadership for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Man, now, like say you got one more semester, whatever, but coming in, you know what I'm saying? How are you going to transition into being a leader? Because you're going to be a year older, you know what I mean? How did that, you know what I mean? What's your mindset behind that?
So, like, me personally, like, I would be so scared, like, even just, like, walking into practices. And it was, like, the little things. I'd be like, okay, like, do, like, I bring a water bottle? Like, we give them, like, it's, like, the littlest things that, like, stress you out so much. So I think, like, as a sophomore, like, that's going to be, like, one of my goals, like, the freshman, is just, like, help them with the little things that, like, causes so much stress.
The people overlook.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that.
Like, obviously, like, they'll support you in, like, your mental health and all this stuff. But it's, like, the little things, and you're like, okay, like, I don't want to get in trouble for doing, like, this
Put
wrong.
your water bottle up.
Exactly.
What are you doing? Yeah.
And it'll be like, what, like, shoes do you wear today?
Right.
It's, like, the littlest things. So
Yeah.
I'm going to help people with that. Because
Oh,
that's
that's what's
something
up.
that, like, scared me.
Yeah. Yo, so now, so okay now, so I'm gonna back up. I'm gonna back up for a minute, right? I want to talk about, and I'm gonna ask you earlier about that, you know, about your injury. So listen though, you know, so when you had that injury, you know what I'm saying, what did you think about? You know, what was the first thing? You know what I'm saying? I know one part you said as far as being done forever. You know what I'm saying? What was the first thing you wanted to eat?
Oh, no.
Yo, cause it's crazy question. Some people say when they get hurt, the first thing across their mind is ice cream.
I don't think my mom was really thinking
It
about
is?
eating.
So I thought maybe it was like an injury thing. Like most people say when they get injured, the first thing they crave is ice cream.
I remember when I was leaving my MRI,
See?
I was like, Mama, can we go get sushi?
Oh, okay, so sushi was your thing then.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I guess that's what I wanted.
Sushi. You wanted that sushi. Mama, can we get sushi? That's funny, man. I love that though. So now, okay, I fast forward back to school again, right? Your degree. You know what I mean? Let's talk about, you know what I'm saying, what are you trying to do? Or have you decided that? Or you still, you know what I mean? What you trying to do with that?
So I'm a secondary history education major with a minor in Spanish. And so I would eventually like to be a high school history teacher. So I'll be certified with 8th through 12th grade.
Okay.
And I would also like to coach volleyball with it.
Really?
Yeah.
So you love this volleyball stuff, huh?
I do.
You love
but
it,
I also
though.
love like coaching. Like this year, I'm coaching a club team up in Cartersville. They practice at Lake Point, and they're 575. And so I'm really excited about that. They're little 11s. Team.
Really?
They're so cute.
Yeah.
But I'm so excited for them. And I just like coaching and like sharing my love like with other people of the sport.
Right. I love that, man. So check this out, man. At the end of every show, I always give people the opportunity, you know what I'm saying, to lead the listeners and the viewers something positive. Give it to them, dog.
Consistency is key.
Yes, you heard her. I love that. I love that, man. So, listen, man, I appreciate you taking time out today. I know you're finna head back, but I appreciate you coming by and, you know what I mean, chat with me, dog. You know what I mean? So I really appreciate that, man. So, y'all know this. My girl KB, she in this thing, man. Reinhardt, show them this shirt. Come on, baby. Y'all
Go
see
Eagles.
Go Eagles. You heard what she said, man. Everybody, y'all know what we got to do, baby. Zip them up.